Welcome to Philly, Pennsylvania, a city full of history, art, and now they can brag about an exciting, fast-growing vegan scene. From award-winning fine dining to creative plant-based spins on Philly classics, the city is proving to be a must-visit destination for vegans and foodies. I'm Eunice from Rated V, and I'm going to be your guide today.
Hello, my vegan friends. So this is my first trip to Philly, so I want to thank the Philadelphia Tourism Board for making this trip happen. So I'm excited to show you guys what sites you need to see, but more importantly, what vegan food you need to eat. So let's go.
For my first day in Philly, I had to start with a charming stroll to a vegan bakery that has won Philly's heart.
All right, so I am at Batter & Crumb. This is an iconic spot in Philly because they've been around for 9 years, but the brick and mortar has been around since 2019, and they are your quick serve coffee shop. And they have some Philly classics, such as the Scrapple. Now let me tell you guys what a Scrapple is because I didn't know what that was either. So apparently in all of Pennsylvania, if you go to any diner, you'll usually see this on the menu. It's kind of gross, but what a Scrapple usually is, it's the scraps of like pork that's left over mixed with scrambled eggs and etc. But there's someone here who's veganized it, and so they bring it into this bakery every day. It's the seasoning that makes it. I think that's why everybody loves it. So they've obviously made something that's like the heart of Pennsylvania and Philly, but made it vegan. So I love that. You guys know I love that kind of stuff. And then of course, because we can't help ourselves, we got a ham and cheese croissant because they said we had to try it. And they specialize in something called the spinach Jawn, which by the way, the term Jawn, J-A-W-N, is just something that they say here in Philly. It's a Philly thing, which is also a Philly thing. So it's kind of what you refer to anything, right? Like, oh, that Jawn over there, this Jawn over here, right? But this is Italian inspired because Jawn, one of the owners that works here, had it in Italy, and nobody can pronounce the Italian name, which is why it's called the Spinach Jawn. And then we got here some eagle-inspired baked goods. You got cupcakes, because they also have all sorts of cupcakes, and you can get all sorts of drinks and lattes. I got my classic Americano with plant-based milk, but you can also get fun ones. But anyways, enough talking, let me get to trying this stuff. All right, so I'm gonna put some ketchup on my Scrapple because a breakfast sandwich also needs ketchup, in my opinion. Oh, I cannot wait. I do enjoy the seasoning on the Scrapple part. You can tell it's made in-house. I'm gonna try some of this because I can't resist. I need to try this. So much spinach. It's great. If you love spanakopita's, which if you've seen my Montreal video, you know how much I love spanakopita's. This is kind of like a version of that. Last but not least, can you ever go wrong with a ham and cheese croissant? I don't think so. I love the crunch of the croissant. I can't help myself. Let's just take a sip. Oh my God. That's a dessert coffee for sure, but it's so good. And last but not least, you always have to enjoy some kind of baked good at a bakery, right? The Eagles-inspired cupcake. This beautiful green frosting. This is your classic cupcake, but what makes it fun is the theme, right? So honestly, if you come to Philly, you gotta come check this place out. They make custom cakes. They have everything, like the staff is so nice. So make sure to add it to your list.
Next stop was the iconic Reading Terminal Market, one of the oldest public markets in the US since 1893. It's a foodie paradise in the heart of Philly, packed with diverse flavors, but don't worry, there's a vegan spot for you to check out. And I was ready to hear their story.
Hi, I'm Marcello Lucci from the Luhv Deli here in Philadelphia. Our story starts a little over 10 years ago. Us, the Lucci family, have been involved with food for almost all of our lives. And around 10 years ago, a customer at one of our restaurants pleaded with my dad, Daniel Lucci, to try going vegan. After being annoyed with this person for, well, a long time, he gave it a shot. He gave 1 week of veganism a try, and after 1 week, that became 2 weeks, that became 1 month, and he hasn't touched any animal products since. Veganism helped change his life by giving him so much energy. That was the first thing he noticed. He felt so energized day to day and decided to make this change. Health was the reason that he got started with plant-based and veganism, but he soon came to realize all of the ethical and sustainability reasons as well. Soon after, my mother, Sylvia Lucci, she became a vegan as well, and together they started this company, Luhv. We started with a black bean burger, which was one of our first products, just selling to local stores that would give us a chance. After that, about 7 years ago, we started here at the Reading Terminal Market with a goal to bring veganism and plant-based food to everyone here in Philadelphia, and hopefully the world. Because one bite at a time, Luhv can change the world.
And as you can see, they got options. They are known for their deli sandwiches. Many of them are seitan based. They even sell their Vital Wheat gluten, but not everything is, because they have gluten-free options because they want to involve the gluten-free community too. But we got here the Italian, which has 3 vegan deli meat options. We got salami, ham, and capicola. How often do you see those vegan? Not often. So they all have different seasons. Excited about that. And then we got the Philly cheesesteak. This is what Philly is known for, right? So you gotta get that. You can see that it's seasoned delicious. It's chopped up. It's got the peppers. It's got the cheese. Very excited to try that. Then we got a Reuben. So they got the pastrami with sauerkraut and cheese oozing out, as you can see. So let's get trying. I'm gonna try the hot one first. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not a sauerkraut person. I'm gonna warn you right now. So I hope I like this, but it looks really good. So I think I am. Cheers. Oh wow, this meat is delicious. Oh my gosh. And I don't mind the sauerkraut, okay? So that's good. If I like it, that means it's brownie points for sure. Love that there's a lot of vegan cheese on it. Okay, we're off to a good start. They make everything in-house. So that's something that they pride themselves in. They manufacture everything for their deli meat. So I think that's great. All right, let's try the Italian. Something I'm noticing here that I'm really liking is the quality of their vegan deli meats. I've had a lot of vegan proteins, right? And sometimes the seitan-based ones have a really strong flavor, or the texture is really dry. These are perfect. They're seasoned really well. It's not too overpowering. The texture is great. It resembles meat, right? So I'm impressed. I like it. All right, Philly cheesesteak. This is my first one so far. I plan to have more, but this is my first one, so I'm excited. First Philly cheesesteak in Philly. That is good. It's so juicy. The flavor of the peppers in there and the cheese. And again, the quality of the deli meat is so good. This is such an amazing establishment. They've done so much for the vegan community here, and I love hearing their story. So you guys have to check it out. And plus, you have to check out the Reading Terminal Market. It's a must-do on the tourist list. So let me know what you guys think when you stop by.
Now don't worry, there's more to Philly besides eating, so our next stop was the Philadelphia Museum of Art, which is known for 2 things, art, and the second, well, that's right, the 1982 Rocky film segment has become symbolic to the city of Philadelphia, representing that an underdog can become a champion through hard work, determination, and hustle. Every year, tens of thousands of people make the same trek up the 72 Rocky Steps, making it one of the world's most famous movie locations. And the art museum is pretty cool too. Here you can see paintings from famous artists like Monet, Van Gogh, and Cézanne. Definitely a must visit. But after that workout, it was time for dinner.
So I'm at Triangle Tavern for dinner because in the short time that I've been here, multiple people have told me that I need to check it out. One guy even said they sell the best vegan Philly cheesesteak in town, so I said, say less. But what put them on the map was actually their vegan wings. But the place is not entirely vegan, but what I like is that they have a lot of vegan options. They're indicated by 2 stars on the menu, so let me show you what we got. So the food has arrived. I got the Philly cheesesteak and the wings, so you can get buffalo or country sweet. You gotta get both because they let you do half and half. When they ask you for the Philly cheesesteak, do you want onions? It comes with onions. Are you okay with that? You better be okay with that because it's loaded with grilled onions. I ended up having to pick some out because I'm okay with some grilled onions, but not the quantity that they gave me, so just know that. But now that I have it all picked out, let me try this. The seitan is thinly sliced, well seasoned, really juicy. It's delicious. The bread is great. I can see why people really like this one. I had another Philly cheesesteak earlier today at Luhv Deli. I personally like that one more. I'm not gonna lie. So the person who recommended this, they could fight me on it, but that's preference. But this is not bad. I can see why people like this one. So you're just gonna have to try both and see what for yourself, which one you like. But that's just my opinion. But let's move on to the wings. So I love spicy. We're starting with the buffalo hot. This is also seitan based. So let's go. Oh wow. I see why these put them on the map. These are amazing. These are so good. They're crispy. The buffalo sauce is great. The ranch is delicious. You gotta come check this place out.
The next morning, I took another charming stroll to Dottie's Donuts, an all-vegan donut shop that's been around for 10 years and is an OG in the scene. They also have bagels and house-made vegan cream cheese. Here you can enjoy coffee with oat milk to accompany whatever donut your heart pleases, like glazed or matcha pistachio. Both donuts were absolutely delicious and the perfect chew and everything you want in a donut, so make sure to check out Dottie's. Just a brisk 12-minute walk away is the famous Liberty Bell, a symbol of American freedom, commissioned in 1752 and is famous for its iconic crack and powerful message of liberty for all. But now it's time for lunch at a nourishing vegan cafe, so let's check out what they got. So now for lunch, I am at Nourish. This place is super popular. It is a comfort food classic with a Caribbean flair. They got everything from breakfast served all day to dishes like vegan oxtail called vegan no-tail, mac and cheese. But they're most famous for their fried chicken sandwich made out of mushrooms. So let me show you what this food looks like. All right, so since we're starting with all things Philly, I couldn't resist. They had a vegan Philly cheesesteak empanada. These look incredible. Just from looking at them visually, they have high promises. They're fried to perfection. You can tell the dough is like bubbly. The inside looks super juicy and delicious. All right, I'm gonna try plain. I'm not gonna dip it into anything. Oh, wow. You can tell that it's stuffed with mushrooms. It's so good. It looks like actual steak. Is delicious. You do not need a dipping sauce. The dough is crispy. You have to get this. Already off to a good start. Okay, so we have our entrees now, starting with the fried chicken sandwich, you guys. This looks incredible. I cannot wait. The crispy mushroom perfection. Visually, already stunning. I love that here they focus on whole food plant-based. So the mac and cheese is made with carrots and potatoes. There's no nuts in any of the menu here because the owner is allergic to nuts, so it's nut-free friendly. So let me start with this mac and cheese because it looks amazing. You truly do feel like you're being nourished here. The food feels clean. They use a lot of like mushrooms and whole food plant-based, a lot of vegetables. They do have a little bit of seitan, but they really do want to push that less processed, the better, right? Which we all love. I love that. Okay, so this vegan oxtail called the vegan no-tail with mushrooms. They have it chopped up, so it's not in the actual form of the oxtail. I thought it was, because I've seen that before, but let's try this. I've never had this before ever, so not sure what to expect. The flavor is delicious. Again, I don't know what to compare it to because I've never had this dish, but it's delicious. But what I'm really excited for is this curried plantain because I didn't know it was gonna be plantain in curry. I thought it was like curry seasoning on a plantain, but so let's try this. You can definitely taste the sweetness of like coconut milk, and the plantain isn't super ripe. I'm Salvadorian, so I was thinking plantain like ripe, right? This you can tell is like green plantain that they've chopped up and put in the curry. This is great. It works. All right, but it's time for the star. I am so excited for this. I don't even know how I'm gonna take a bite of this, but let's go. Wow. The crispiness on this is perfection. It's seasoned really well. It doesn't feel super oily, which is great. The bun is great.
Honestly, this is a stellar choice. Like, you have to come here. They have a huge menu. They have breakfast, everything, juices, smoothies. So make sure to check it out when you're in Philly.
To walk off our lunch, we headed to Philadelphia's City Hall Tower, the largest municipal building in the US. It's an architectural masterpiece that took over 30 years to complete. On top of the tower stands a 37-foot bronze statue of William Penn, the city's founder, which once made Philly the tallest city in the world due to long-standing rule that no building could rise higher than the hat. You can also get 360 views of the city. But next was time for more food.
So I'm at Fitz on 4th now for happy hour. This was a must-do on my list. I really wanted to come here because once I looked it up online and saw photos and saw the vibe and the food options, I was like, oh, I have to do this. And something I loved is that they had an extensive mocktail zero proof menu. I love the flavor of red wine, but sometimes I'm not in the mood to drink alcohol, as do many others. So this is the Shirley red wine, so I'm excited to try that. And then they have another mocktail with Ritual zero proof liquor. But what's fascinating about this restaurant is Allison Fitzpatrick, the owner. This is her way of combining her love of gastronomy with her experience in the healthcare system, as she was there for years. So this is such a health-forward restaurant. They make everything in-house. So I'm excited to show you guys what they got. But it's happy hour, so let me try this red wine. It has like this plum cherry. I wouldn't say it tastes exactly like red wine. I mean, at least some kinds, but I definitely do enjoy it. So definitely one worth trying. All right, I'm gonna mix it up now. I'm gonna try this one. This one's called the Great Retreat. It has Ritual rum. Ooh. If you've never had the Ritual zero proof liquor, they blow my mind every time. So definitely encourage you guys to try non-alcoholic, in honor of Dry January, obviously. So definitely a great way to start. Okay, so the food has arrived. We've got appetizers because again, we're here for happy hour. We're going to dinner somewhere else. But we couldn't resist and we had to get the beer cheddar cheese dip with soft pretzel. Soft pretzel is a Philly thing too, so I had to get that. I haven't had it yet while I was here. The Brussels sprouts look incredible. It's on top of a miso glaze. So let me start with the Brussels sprouts, you know, because they're warm. Definitely can taste that miso. It's pretty strong, so just FYI, maybe light on the glaze. But I'm here for the pretzel because I love bread. I always joke around and say I'm a carby girl in a carby world. This pretzel is what makes me happy in that little world. This pretzel is so good. It's fluffy, it's warm. The flavor on the cheddar is delicious. So highly recommend that you try a few different things. They have sliders, they have pastas, they have a bunch of other things. So make sure to check them out.
To end the night, we headed to dinner to one of my favorite spots of the trip, Pietramala. Nominated Restaurant of the Year, their motto is Plants on a Pedestal. Their menu changes depending on what's available in the market, but this sourdough focaccia is always available, and trust me, you're not gonna wanna miss it. I wanted a huge loaf of this. We also got the cremini carpaccio, but one of my favorites was the blistered carrots on a bed of house-made turmeric yogurt with mandarin and chili. I meant it when I said it was one of my favorites. They also offered tagliatelle pasta with calabresa chili and walnut. Last but not least, you must order dessert. We got two kinds, the chicory root gelato and the other was called the desert, with dark chocolate fudge, sesame, and mesquite. It was incredible. Definitely a must visit. For the last day, we headed to a local favorite that has even received a Veg News Restaurant Award.
So now I'm at the Tasty in South Philly. They are a 100% vegan diner. They've been here since 2016 and they got all the comfort classes. They got pancakes, they got waffles, they got scrambles, omelets, biscuits, and gravy. It's really hard to choose because the menu looks amazing. But let me show you what we're gonna get. All right, so the food has arrived. I couldn't help myself, I had to try a few little things. So I got a tofu scramble plate because, you know, it's a classic, you gotta get that. I wanna try it. So this is the Greek one with tofu and vegan feta and tomatoes. And you can upgrade with waffle fries. I'm a sucker for waffle fries, so I had to get that. They have 3 different kinds of biscuits and gravy, and I mean, they are bathed in the gravy sauce. So if that's too much for you, you better order it on the side. We got the Bayou gravy, and of course, can never resist pancakes, so I always have to have my sweets. So we got chocolate chip pancakes with whipped cream and berries and syrup and vegan butter. So let me feast. All right, let's try this tofu scramble. It's not bad. I already had a few fries before I started filming. I love waffle fries. They're the best thing ever. All right, but I'm very curious about this biscuit. It comes with the field roast apple sausage as well. It's smoked, sweet, and spicy, so. It's not spicy. Definitely tastes a lot of smoked paprika in there, but very fluffy biscuit. And last but not least, pancakes. Is there anything better than pancakes piled with whipped cream and berries? I don't think so. Oh, wow. Oh, those are good. Okay, I can see why this place has been around for a while and is a staple favorite here in Philly, so you gotta make sure and check it out.
If you love pizza, then you gotta head to 20th Street to try 20th Street Pizza. They are 100% vegan and offer all kinds of vegan pies. But I'm a classic cheese kind of girl, and I gotta say, this was great. For the final night, we headed to Bar Bombon, a Latin-inspired vegan restaurant with a Puerto Rican flair. Here we enjoyed a plethora of items, first being the romesco meatballs that comes with the most divine dipping bread, Philly cheesesteak empanadas again, yuca fries with crispy capers, and hearts of palm fish tacos, which if you didn't know is a great fish substitute high in fiber, potassium, vitamin C, and antioxidants. And to end on a sweet note, we went to Milk Jawn because they always have a vegan menu and they let you sample as many as you want. But I finally landed on the playoff in honor of the Eagles being in the playoffs. The ice cream was delicious and a great way to end the trip.
All right, guys, well, that's a wrap. As you can see, Philly has tons of vegan options and sights to see, and I didn't even get through half of it. I honestly was pleasantly surprised by this city. I cannot wait to come back. It is so charming, has a lot of character, has a thriving dining scene. Everything is close by. The Ubers get to you really quickly if you're taking Uber. They also have public transport, but if you take Uber, everything's like 5 to 15 minutes away. Coming from Los Angeles, I'm like, my mind is blown because everything's 30 minutes to an hour, right? So I absolutely love the walkability of the city. It feels safe. So I definitely recommend to come give it a try. If you didn't have Philly on your list before, you better add it to your bucket list because there's so much that it has to offer. So make sure to come check it out.